Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Mufc Realist TV. I know this is a little bit strange. You'd be expecting either Mick to be saying hello or Jarvis to be saying hello. Jarvis has had a few things to do today, and Mick is feeling unwell. So unfortunately, you kind of end up with me. But I've got some great guests. We've got a great show lined up. We've obviously got Wolves coming tomorrow, which we're all looking forward to. It's nice to have the Premier League back. So everyone to the VAR room, as usual, thank you very, very much for joining me. I've got some great guests. Jarvis has turned up, which is great. And we've got Vicky and Marc, who you may have seen on Monday night's Jarvis Cocker Corner. So looking forward to seeing you on the flip side. Enjoy the intro.
Now, for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world
on Mufc Realist TV.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Mandalay Bay, Las Vegas, let's get ready to rumble!
Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome to Mufc Realist TV. Welcome to the VAR room. Awash, as usual, with great comments, great quotes. We'll get to you a little bit later on. But first of all, we'll go around the panel just to make sure that everybody's okay. Jarvis, you've had a bit of good news on the vehicle front today, I see.
Yeah, I'm not driving a Ford Fiesta anymore. Changed it out with a new Volvo, brand new Volvo XC90. So, wow, what a car. I'm so happy. But it's just a rental, so I'm having it just for a week or so because the Tesla is on the workshop. So let's hope I get it back soon.
That's a wonderful car, isn't it? The XC90.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's like a tank. Huge.
Yeah, rather plush. Yeah, rather plush. Good for where you live, though.
Very reliable.
Extremely reliable. Great for the eyes. Talking of which, reliable as ever, the gorgeous Vicky is with us.
Not so gorgeous tonight.
Which is absolutely great for you because it means you haven't got to look at me, guys. You can look at Vicky instead. How you doing, sweetie? All good?
Yeah. Got a bit of an accident on my face and trying to hide it, but
don't you worry about that.
Bit of a woods into accident with the cubs. It was good. They had a laugh.
But apart from that, you're okay. Yeah, you had a good
time.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, the one thing that was quite funny in Cubs today is, this was my torch, and with the cats with the red light thing, and how the cats go wild and they chase it. Yes. It turns out it works for children as well.
Oh right, okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, if you ever feel like you've got too many kids, just bring that out. Bring out the little red light. They chase it about.
I wish I'd known that years ago.
I know.
Saved me a lot of grief. And returning, can't believe it so quickly, Jarvis. What are we doing? I can't believe we're allowing him on again. What is going on? Mr. Marc Briggs is quite coolly becoming a legend on Mufc Realist TV.
I don't know about that. Twice in 3 days, though. How lucky are you, Stu? Thanks for having me on again, guys.
It's too much.
It's like having Dermot O'Leary next to you.
Dermot, I don't know.
O'Leary.
Yeah.
Dermot O'Leary. Stu hasn't got a clue. He's Googling.
I'm just about to Google O'Leary. Should I know him? Should I know him more?
Well, probably, yeah. He's like the face of X Factor and all that.
Oh, and this morning, isn't he now of This Morning? I don't know.
That's why I don't know him now. Yeah, because that's of no interest to me. X Factor or
I don't watch that.
No, it's just no good to me. Guys, welcome VAR room. There's loads you already in the house, which is great. Welcome to Captain Caveman. That was a very, very cool cartoon when I was growing up. Absolutely brilliant. Red J's in the house as well. Jarl is in the house. Good to see you again. ILIR United's in the house. I'm sure he's been with us, and I'm sure I said hello to you. If I haven't, forgive me. I'm saying hello to you right now. Lilith is in the house as usual. Lucky Singh. It's Jarvis, I'll let you say that one. It's Timo times 2, is it?
It's Timmy. I think it's Timmy.
Timmy.
Oh, it's Timmy.
Timmy.
The legend also, Stephanie Griffiths, is in the house.
Hey, Stephanie.
We love Stephanie. And
Love
who
her.
else have we got? Okay, number one MILF Hunters making a return. Good to have you, number one MILF Hunter. The boss could well be in the chat, or was that me? I'm not quite sure. Probably me. Neil Driscoll, good old Neil's in the house, which is great. Sanjay,
Hi, Neil.
Rajat is in the house, and Daniel Hutchinson as well. Mark Davis, good to see you, Mark. Load you in the house. Get your comments
Oh,
in.
there's Daniel.
Get any
Daniel.
questions as well that you'd like to ask Vicky, Mark, and Jarvis.
Great spelling of the name there, isn't he?
Hasn't he just? Evening, guys. And just to kick it off, I believe we've got 10 gifts, Mr.
That
Cocker.
would be from me.
And that would be from the Vixter.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
I was in a
Mark,
good
you've got to get a thing, Mark. You've got to get a
I
thing.
forgot again. I'm really sorry. It's
Oh.
only
Yeah,
my
me
fucking
too.
radio.
Give me 2
anyway.
seconds. I will play the video.
I've got some big rubber lips somewhere. I should go use them.
Those big
But I
rubber
won't.
lips. Won't be brilliant, Vic. Get some big rubber lips out. That's it. Mr. Biggs, you've got to get something lined up. You have to.
Yeah.
Come on.
Do you want me to drop off stream and go and get something? Because I can.
No, you're okay, mate.
No,
You're
okay.
You're
Jarvis,
okay.
do you
You're
know
okay.
who the
But
members
next time, Mark.
I
Next
will
time.
remember. Yeah, I won't let you down.
Yeah.
Have you got this
Um,
Mark? Or
I have the list
he
right
has,
here.
He has.
I can just read them up really fast. We have Ramo, Scotty at the wheel, Isaiah Mina, Duncan the Badger, Cutlers 87, Abdi Cody, Rai 27 NO, Byron Francis, Luan France, the legend from Canada, Luan France. What a beautiful name. And we have Ciao. And that's it. So remember to thank Wiki and welcome to the team.
Welcome to the channel, everybody.
Just welcome to the chat. Oh,
Yeah, we hope you like it. So far, so good. 21 likes. We'd love to get to 100 likes this stream. Jarvis is going to play you a lovely video, if we can remember it tonight, of somebody smashing a like thumb.
Yes.
Have we still got that? Have we still got that?
We still got.
Yes.
You want to do it right now, or should
Go
we
on
just?
then. Yes, go on.
Okay.
Yes.
But
Just before you do that,
yeah.
just before you do that, Raja, it's not a Sheffield United kit. No, it's actually I was gifted this by my auntie in the US of A. It's a US of A pre-warm-up shirt. That's
I have an American top I was given.
yeah.
Oh, I could have worn mine.
Yeah, no, it's not Exeter, Neil. Unfortunately, but,
No, it's not Exeter. There's no way I would let him wear an Exeter shirt.
no,
He's an Exeter fan, other than United. And
Yeah.
obviously, I went to Plymouth Argyle when I was younger, so
I wouldn't be allowed. So I would be divorced. Everybody in the VAR room. It was close the other night. It's looking. You guys are going to get me divorced. Thanks. Please don't do that. I value my life and my YouTube wife. Did you get that, guys?
Yeah.
Value my life, my YouTube wife. I thought that was all right.
First YouTube.
Oh my God!
divorce.
You've just written your Valentine's Day message.
That is it for you, mother. And I've delivered it live.
You can't use that now.
No, okay. I'll use something else. Anyway, guys,
What's going on?
let's jump
What's
into the
going
show.
on?
Let's jump into the
First,
show.
we will play the hit the
Sorry,
like
Jarvis.
tutorial video. So pay attention.
So it's come to our attention that about 90% of you on YouTube have not yet learned how to smash the like button. What? So today, we're gonna learn.
No! God,
Are you ready?
please, no! No!
All right.
No!
And that is how you smash the like button. Hit the like button. What did I say?
Hit the like button.
Exactly. Don't forget it.
Nice.
Just to
Oh,
be
that's
very
right.
clear, do not use hammers. Okay.
Yes, please don't use hammers yet.
Use axes instead.
Yeah. Johnny K's in the house. John.
John. Hi,
Mr.
John.
Commode.
While we've got you live, you're always welcome to join the stream at any time. And it's not a Sunderland shirt either, as you well know. It's a MLS pre-warm-up shirt. Anyway, look,
John
guys,
and I got in a nice little debate on Sunday on a different channel. Not me and him are agreeing.
No, it was a good one. Yes, it was a good debate. Yes,
good.
and I was feeling quite under the weather till that happened, and I started having a bit of a giggle because Vicky and John kind of came together, which was good. Right, Jarvis, I will crack on now, old friend. A couple of things have happened. First and foremost, I just want to get your brief thoughts on Mr. Mourinho raising his head again. I think he's a very, very clever, calculated individual. And I know he's tried to link himself with Barcelona. I don't know. What are your thoughts? It was Mike Keegan as well, wasn't it, that came out with it? So, I think there's no smoke without fire sometimes. Jarvis, what do you think? And then we'll get into the Wolves game, etc.
Yeah. I like Mourinho, and after he got the sack and what happened during the Solskjaer era and now with the Ragnick and Ten Hag, I actually kind of appreciate what Mourinho did, but he was a divisive figure, and he made a lot of a lot of toxicity in the club. So I'm not quite sure if I want him back, but in a way, I also believe he could have done okay with a good structure behind him. But for me, it's a big no. Mark, how do you feel?
I agree, though, Jarvis. Just quickly with Mark before you come in, I think with a structure behind him, it could have been different.
Yeah, I think this is what I wanted to say, really. My memories of how it all ended weren't good, and there was a lot of toxicity, as you say. He fell out with Luke Shaw, amongst other players. However, he didn't have that structure above him. Now, I'm not saying that I want him back. I'm very on the fence with it, but I think that, if we're actually serious about things, we have the proper strategy in place and all the right men to hire the right people. My other thing as well is that he really won't last more than 3 years. So we have to look at the long-term game as well. And I think that having a bit part manager come in is just not what we need.
Vicky, what do you think? Chuck?
Oh my God! Why is this a subject? Why is this a thing? I mean, is he just trying to say like he would come and do interim just to for the shits and giggles? Sorry for swearing. What you really think that we can do with Chelsea? I mean, I'd rather they still be more of a laughing stock than we are right now. And he goes back for the third time, but I don't want to. He's almost like he wants to copy Pogba and see which one could be. Don't double dip your chips. Don't double dip.
Don't double dip. For the record, guys, I wouldn't be too unhappy if he came back, but I would always insist a non-compensation clause if you are sacked into his contract, and that would tell all the fans.
Isn't it 90? Is it 91 or 94 million pounds he has got?
90
just from,
something, yeah, just over 90 million in paid in compensation. So if he
just
was
from getting sacked.
Yeah, if he was deadly serious, I would insert that non-compensation clause in his contract if he were fired, and that would tell you immediately whether he was interested in Manchester United or interested in the money. That would
Jarvis,
be what I would
do you
do.
have that with your contract with this channel?
Unfortunately, I don't have a contract. Mick is he's not giving me a contract. I've been asking for a lot of times, but Mick.
You don't have a contract. Do you have a contract?
Vicky was put on contract immediately.
Immediately.
Really?
She was given
Really?
$1,000 an episode. She was telling me. So
Wow.
Oh, whoa.
I get paid Snickers.
Sorry.
What I bring home.
Sorry.
We don't talk about.
God, I'm going to get myself
Sorry.
at this rate. Crikey. Anyway,
First
guys.
divorced on YouTube.
Premier League football is back.
WWE.
How good does that feel? It just feels ace, doesn't it? What, Mark? What are you expecting tomorrow night from Manchester United?
It's a difficult one, isn't it? I mean, we've got a lot of our players sort of coming back into the forefront. I think with Wolves, they're on probably better form than what we are at the moment. They've won 2 of the last 5, but we've lost 1 as opposed to their draw. And they've got some dangerous players. They like to flood that midfield a little bit, and obviously with a bit of a sort of bit part midfield that we've had recently. We're not really finding our best 3. Mason Mount's out, all of the rest of it. It's not going to be straightforward. However, as all United fans, when you come back for a bit of a break, you come in quite positive, and ultimately with Manchester United, we should be beating them, and they'll be playing a 3-4-3, no doubt. Probably trying to play quite wide, which will test whoever plays left back, probably Dallo, in my opinion, and of course Aaron Wan-Bissaka. But we've got to get the 3 points. This is at the moment trying to get top 4, a cup final game for us every week, and we've got to take one game at a time. Every team's going to be quite difficult, and I think Wolves are no exception.
No, I totally agree. What do you think about that, Vic? Anything to add?
Yeah, well, they're 7 wins off the bounce, aren't they? But they've never won 8 wins in a row. Never done it.
No. Do you think we can go there and get a result?
I mean, that's going to be told to us on Sunday about 20 times. Or I won't be hearing it because I'll be muting it. But I don't know. They've beaten some good teams at home as well. They've beaten City. They've beaten Spurs. And
Chelsea.
That was it, Chelsea. And they've got 2 players back from the African and 1 back from injury. Oh.
Yeah, no, yeah, they have got.
I mean, I know that Neto's going to be their strongest player because he has been, but he's also apparently made of glass. So they try and not make him do a full 90 minutes. So let's just see. As long as who's going to man mark? Who's going to man mark?
Neto.
Oh God, there we go. It was there. Sorry, it's just been a long day, which I'm pretty sure could be like Kobe Menu. Kobe, sorry. And I'm just like, yeah, a bit worried. I won't lie, a bit worried. I wouldn't mind seeing 30 minutes of some consistent football and then just say, yeah, well, I'm happy with the 30 minutes because it feels like the team's getting back together.
Yeah.
And then I'll be happy with that and then just see how it goes from there. I mean, let's face it, Wolves and Man United, it's normally like a 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, 1-0 kind of vibe, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because the last game, our first game in the Premier League, guess who scored?
Varane.
Oh, it was Varane, yeah. He got the goal, didn't he, at the beach,
and it was on Varane Day. It was the day he made his first debut.
That's
the peach.
Yes.
The peach.
The VAR in, by the way, Jarvis, are totally against Mourinho coming back. I can certainly see that.
We should have done a poll.
Yeah, there's a lot of them not too happy about that.
Can we do a poll?
Can you get a poll in there, Jarvis? Or
well, we have a producer Mark in the back room, so maybe he can fix a poll. Mark, can you do that?
A poll up, that would be great.
Look at that! I'm making you work.
I got it. He's in. Jarvis, I think Mark and Vicky both spoke eloquently about the difficulties that face us on Thursday. Wolves are in a better momentum than we are for sure. There's no two ways about it. They're playing a lot quicker, a lot faster across the ground. I think Vicky's pointed out Neto being their most dangerous player. Talk to me about Max Kilman. Talk to me about their defence and how the defence sets up, and whether or not we can penetrate the defence. Are playing with a 3 at the moment, aren't they, occasionally? And they've got a decent keeper behind them in Jose Sarr. But talk to me about their defence and Max Kilman in particular.
First of all, I'm not quite sure if you're going to play a 3-4-3 or they are going to play, because we have what's his name again? O'Neill, the manager. He used to manage Brighton last season. Bournemouth, yeah.
Bournemouth.
But they fired him after the season. He did quite well with Bournemouth. And in the last days before the season began, Wolves sacked Lopetegui, and Gary O'Neill came in, and he's been doing quite well. I've been studying O'Neill a little bit. He's very good when it comes to play now out from the back, inviting pressure. He creates usually an overload with two of the central midfielders on one side. They actually drag quite deep, and the center back carries the ball forward. So they create like a triangle overload on one side while building up, forcing the opposition to move on the other side. And then they have a smart move. He moves in as a fourth guy who will be open. So he uses this because you remember from the first game, it looked like they always cut straight through us, but they didn't go straight forward. They went diagonal, straight forward to the midfield. And this is what he's doing. He used this all the time. So for me, it's very important this game that the wingers take defensive responsibility and go inside, tuck inside, and make it difficult to them to create the overload. If we do that, we will be fine. But knowing Garnacho, knowing Anthony, I'm not quite sure how this will go. So we will probably play man against man centrally in the midfield. And then it will be up to Casemiro, it will be up to Mainu to run their socks off, because they don't even have to create overload to cut through us, because they have good ball players. They can receive the ball, do the half turn, and run with it and carry the ball forward. So we have to be patient, and we have to be disciplined. And for me, it's I'm not quite sure. So I'm not super optimistic for the game. I think a lot of United fans underestimate this Wolves team. And Gary O'Neill, he's a astute manager, in my opinion. So we will see. But coming back to Kilman, yeah, I like Kilman. He's good on the ball. He's good positionally. Very underrated in my mind. He's young. I think he can even develop to be a much better centre back, and maybe one day even come to us. You wax lyricals about Kilman, Stu. What do you see in him?
Love Kilman. What I like about Kilman, he's and Vicky will like this, he's very Varane-esque in his youth, the way that he plays. I think you're absolutely right. Massively dominant, but he's very calm on the ball. He's very good on the ball. He's got the pace when he needs it, and he's got the common sense to stand and adjust his position when he needs to as well. I think Kilman is one of the best young centre halves we've got in the Premier League. Do you know what? And Mark will know this, and Vicky will definitely remember this, and so will you, Jarvis. Years ago, I was talking about the need for a player like Connor Cody to come to Manchester United to steady our defence. Connor Cody developed Max Kilman during matches. Not only did he learn off the pitch in training, he learned during the matches with Connor Cody. Connor Cody is very vocal and exceptionally talented when it comes to positioning players in and around him. I've noticed that with Kilman now. He's managed to shrug it off. He's managed to put the captain's armband on, and he's doing a similar role. One thing I like about Wolves, Jarvis, is, and by the way, VAR room, you recognise Jarvis's quality when it comes to dissecting football matches. Mark is equally as good, so is Vicky. But guys, this is why you come to channels like this, so you can understand and get an idea of how we could play and why we should be playing this way. Jarvis, it was a brilliant synopsis, mate, so thank you for that. I agree with everything Mark and Jarvis and Vicky have said. One area I would point out is their speed of play. And I'm not talking about the speed that they pass it across the position. You watch every time a Wolves player will get the ball, whoever it might be. Vicky was talking about Neto in particular. He'll get the ball in, he'll do something at rapid pace. He won't slow it down. It'll be quick. Now, we spoke about direct. We spoke about Højlund, Garnacho and Rashford, and the need for Højlund to be able to regulate his pace and Garnacho and Rashford to regulate their pace so they arrive at the right time. Wolves have got that in abundance. As soon as Kilman's on the, as soon as Neto's on the move, they're all on the move in support of him, but at a rapid pace. They're not slow at what they do, and that's been the problem. That's why they usurp City by speed of play. So, and Jarvis is right as well. Actually thinking about the way that O'Neill will play is very, very difficult, because what you'll find is that he changes his play. He doesn't have a set style of play all the time. He will change it. He can do a 3-4-3, or he can do a 4-3-3. He can play a 3-5-2. He's got the personnel to be able to do that, and he has done that on occasions. And I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't do something that totally flummoxes Ten Hag, because of what Jarvis was talking about, our wingers and our natural non-ability to come back and help the fullbacks. If we've got, and we'll go through the team in a bit later, if we've got Dallo playing at fullback, we know that they're going to be able to get in behind us. If we've got Wan-Bissaka in there, different story. So we'll have to adjust the way that he plays. Vicky spoke about let's try and play 30 minutes worth of cohesive football, keeping the football, etc. Absolutely. Even if we've got to stay within our half to do that, she's right. You've got to be able to play your way into a game of football. And we're not doing that as usual. If you watch what we did at Newport, we hit them hard, we hit them quick, and then God knows what happened. Newport had a bloody nose, got up off the canvas and dealt with it. If Wolves do that to us, we will lose. There's no two ways about it. They are a good team at home, so we've got to be a bit cute, I think. Who's your standout player, Mark, for Wolves?
Neto. We've already spoken about him. I think he's a phenomenal part of the front three. I think he's going to be very dangerous. Obviously, a little bit injury prone, but very, very good. I've been talking about him for a long, long time now, about perhaps United looking at him, or a player of his sort of with his attributes. To be honest with you, I think, as I mentioned before, I think the midfield two are going to be the ones to watch as well, in Doyle and Lamina. So they like to progress quite quickly. They're orchestrators of the game. And whilst they're going to, in my opinion, play a 3-4-3 and play quite wide, there's going to be obviously an overload in the middle as well, with those two really having to try and orchestrate that. So we need whoever's going to be in the three, and obviously I've picked mine for later on to go through, in order to kind of stop any progressive passing going forward. So I think those two, and Neto, everyone talks about Neto, but I do think he's some player. I mean, even Cunha, he bagged a goal the other day, and he's another one to watch as well. So
yeah, he played quite well, didn't he, on the right, Cunha? It was a good finish as well. Yeah, it was a decent finish.
Vicky, it's a good thing Lee Chan's not here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
He's another good player. Very good player.
Because there'll be towel heads everywhere.
Yeah.
How are they doing in the Asian Games? Are they still in it?
I think they're still. I don't know. I've not really seen the Asian Games. Anyone?
It's not been really. I don't think it's really been televised as much as the African one.
That's right.
Yeah.
No, I see the Anana Bayendia debate's going to start again. I didn't.
Oh,
today.
Can I get in on this?
Yeah, of course you can. Yeah.
Why on earth are we putting so much pressure on Bayendia? Why?
Well, it's fans, isn't it? General. For me, it doesn't really matter. I was never the one that people were talking about. Bayendia should be given the chance. Anana was this, and this, and it never really bothered me. I was never in that position. He's come as a number 2 goalkeeper. He's taken home 40-50 grand a week, for training, and he's loving it. I thought he did okay against Newport. Whether or not he gets the nod, I think that's the question. Anana's clearly flying back. We all know he is. But Jarvis, I'll start with you, then we'll go around there.
Yeah, start on with what?
Oh, the Anana Bayendia.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we're talking about, I'm sitting here thinking of tactics and how to.
I know you are. I
could
could see.
Yeah. Me and multitasking is not good. I'm a man, so it's just the way I'm built. But when it comes to Bayendia, I would like to give him another chance. I would like to see him play another game. I think we can blame it on Onana. Has not been training really good. He just arrived back from AFCON and stuff like that. So I think I think it's an opportunity for Ten Hag to really try him out, to let him get the go, and I think it was good. But it was his first game, so I think we haven't seen the best from him. I think he can even be better, and you could see he was a little bit shaky. He had one time in the last game when Martinez started yelling at him because he played him a bad ball. He was a little bit too slow on the pass, and I think he just needed that little, I don't know, that shake up from Martinez to like really straighten up his game, and I think he took it really well. So buy in there for me.
Yeah, Vic.
Tom Heaton. There we go. Tom Heaton.
Yeah.
You know what? If anything, half time, he'll probably give you a nice little joke halfway, because he's quite the comedian, I think. That's what I've heard.
Yeah, Mark, for you.
Stop the debate. Just stop it. It's going to be picked, and it's going to be picked.
I think we know who's going to get picked, don't we? Mark?
Yeah.
There is absolutely no chance that Boyandi is going to start on tomorrow. Onana is absolutely going to start. To be honest with you, listen, I know that he hasn't been what everyone thought he was going to be. And I said on the show 2 nights ago, he's far better than people give him credit for. Okay. He didn't actually play badly in the AFCON either. He fell out with Samuel Eto'o, and that's why he was dropped. So again, everyone would jump on his back to say that he was awful and all this. It wasn't. Go and watch the games. Okay. Anyway, Onana's 100% going to start. Boyandi did okay against Newport. Shaky first game, and it is what it is. He's been bought for his kind of player profile. Good from playing at the back, a decent shot stopper. But I can guarantee you, I didn't watch anything of him in the Turkish league before he came here, and I don't think many other people would do. So I don't really know too much about him, but I thought it was solid. He won't be starting tomorrow. Onana's to start for me.
I tend to agree with you, so we'll wrap that one up as well. Mike, welcome. I believe looks to be like a Wolves fan. He says Albion got it right against us for 25 minutes on Sunday. As soon as we got the ball, they ran back to stop the counter. 7 to 8 players back in their half. Seemed to focus more on that, or seemed to lose focus after that, should I say. That's quite an interesting thing. However, that's nothing new tactically. A lot of teams tend to do that. I understand what Mike's saying, but a lot of teams tend to do that. Do you think we'll do that, Vic, on tomorrow night? Do you think we'll play that way, or?
Oh, so I've got this actual thing that Rashford's going to start.
Well, there's a question in there from the VAR room about whether Rashford.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. Cool.
Yeah. Sorry, we're right. I think, Rashford's going to start, throw the lion into the walls. He's admitted he's done wrong. This is what I don't get. People are going, oh, Rashford this, Rashford that. He's admitted he's done wrong. And you're acting like he's the first football player that's ever done it. Yeah, he shouldn't have done it. You're acting like, off with his head. What? Stop being Arsenal fans and just, go, with your little pitchforks and everything. Just calm down a bit. This season's not good enough, right? Just slow the roll. It's all right. Take your time. This is it looks like a load of cables all tied together, and it's just like, where do you start? So where do you start? You bring back Martinez, you pair him back up with Varane, and then you start with the Casemiro and the Kobe menu, and then you start getting Shaw handing things to Rashford. Rashford, stop trying to be selfish, a bit like Garnacho and Anthony are, and just give it to Højlund. It's not particularly rocket science. I'm pretty sure that's what they've been asked to do by Erik Ten Hag. They've just got to do it.
Yeah, Vic, I've been singing that tune for years. I kind of with you on that one. Football isn't difficult.
I actually think this might be a good thing for the opportunity to play for Wolves, because where Wolves do like going all into the central line and then handling it to likes of Neto and to Chan, that the whole thing is that we can use it for the outside and what we play best on the left. If you're going to put Shaw and Rashford on the left and feed Højlund, that could be our option to win the game.
Excellent.
There you go. 3-1 to Man United.
3-1. I thought you told Mick it was going to be one each.
Yeah.
I think Jarvis, thinking on what Vicky said, then how do you expect Manchester United to play, not line up? Is there a argument to suggest that maybe Ten Hag should do something a little bit different, or is there no argument to suggest that he carries on with the same system and we see where it takes us?
Yeah, I think we are at the stage where Ten Hag will continue, because now he finally has his best 11 back in a way, and I think now he will more than ever try his style of play. I think we will go man press really high and try to get those turnovers. I think we will do the same as we did with Højlund. Let him drop deep, be a part of the build-up. Let Bruno have more of a free role, roam a little bit around. And but the thing is, for me, as I said, do have the winger the ability to read the game and understand when to tuck in, and who will go forward out of Mainu and Casemiro. That will be a little bit funny to watch, or interesting to see how they will to solve that solution, because Mainu is really good on the ball, but we have seen when Casemiro goes forward, he has a goal threat in him.
Yeah.
So it depends what Ten Hag wants to do, but maybe the problem is if one of them go too high, Mainu will be stuck alone, or Casemiro will be stuck alone and covering the same area. And we know when Wolves have the ball, they will cut through the middle, most likely with the ball, and carry it. So for us, it's a lot of question marks.
So I look, I'm an advocate for changing the system. I think we should change the system. I think we've got the personnel to change the system. And I think we could cause Wolves some problems if we actually went 3 at the back and played a strong midfield and 2 up top. And that would be, Rashford and Højlund. But we talk about the way that Wolves can penetrate the middle and the need for for our width. If we were to play 3 at the back, we would kind of negate that, and we would give Wolves a conundrum that they wouldn't be able to unpick that easy. And I think that's what he's got to do. Now, whether or not people like his stubbornness, do I like his stubbornness? Not particularly. I think you should be fluid as a manager. There are, Guardiola will be fluid. Klopp will be fluid if he needs to. If he needs to change it, he will change it. So I would like to see Ten Hag show something different and play 3 at the back. Mark, do you think we've got the personnel to do that and the ammunition to be able to score goals if we did that?
I do think we've got the personnel to play 3 at the back, but as history would suggest, that won't happen. We will play a 4-3-2-1, 4-2-3-1. Sorry. So absolutely not. I think in answer to Jarvis and what he said earlier, I think Kobbie Mainoo will be perfect for this game, and I think in answer to someone in the VAR room saying that Mainoo won't start but will come on, I think he will start. And I think the reason why we're going to need players that can hold on to the ball, be technically astute, be aware of your surroundings, and I think he will do just that. And in answer to Jarvis, as I was saying, I think he will be the one to stay further back. I think Vicky, as she alluded to earlier, will probably man mark one of the front 3 a little bit more, stay back and shield that defence. And I think Casemiro, we saw many times last season, liked to progress forward, liked to get the ball forward. And I think that now he's back and fighting for that place, I think he will probably go further forward, in my opinion. But yeah, answer your question, Stu. No, we won't see a back 3. We will definitely see 4. And I just don't think Ten Hag will change anything at the moment for that.
Okay, well, let's put that to the VAR room. Let's see what everybody thinks in there. Just pop your comments in. Let us know whether you think a 3-5-2 would work, or do you prefer a 4-3-3, or any other system you think might unsettle Wolves. 3 at the back, 7 at the front. Good old 1950 style. John Commode, absolutely. We see football the same way, buddy.
But technically, you see Wolves sort of half shifted to it looks like 4 at the front sometimes. It just looks ridiculous.
No, but that's right, and that's the beauty of a hybrid system that O'Neill plays. And you were right, Vic. They don't play a simple system. They don't play the same system all the time. he's very fluid with what he does and the way that they play. So that's why, for me, sometimes you've got to go rogue in games. You've got to go rogue as a gaffer and turn around and say, well, look, we're going to try something different today. It's not really been working for us. Let's see what we can do. And that's why, we'll put it out there and see what you laughing at.
Nothing.
Okay. And see what happens from there. So, that's what I would do. So let's get into specifics. The question has been raised. Will Rashford play for Anthony? Who wants to take that?
I'll take it.
Yeah, Mark.
Oh, sorry, Jarvis. I don't think Rashford will start. I think he will be on the bench. I think you probably will see him feature. If I'm honest, if I really had if I was in charge of the team, I'd probably have Garnacho on the left, Pellistri on the right, and Højlund up top. But I don't think he will drop Anthony, and I think he will be on the right-hand side. But for me, Rashford probably won't start. As we've seen previously, when someone has been ill-managed and done something wrong, he doesn't cut his losses. He will not start the player and be quite ruthless with them. So I can't see it happening.
Super chat, super chat, super chat.
Super chat.
Somebody by Witterbird would like to know, will the Peach, Mr. Varane, will he score against Wolves? If you all remember, in the last time we played, September, Varane Day occurred because Mr. Varane popped in from close range, striker's finish. So, Vicky, I'll let you take that. Will he score?
My God, wouldn't it be nice though if we saw a player go and kiss the badge like he did? Like, he looked like he gave it the kiss of life.
Yes, he did. Well, it needed the kiss of life. I think it needs the kiss of life now, doesn't it? For definite. Mark, thank you very much for that. Vic, Rashford, will he drop Anthony for Rashford? That's a good question.
Well, the one clear thing that I saw today in the press conference, well, the first half, we haven't seen the second half yet. Let's just make that clear. But is that he definitely sort of mentioned something that the other players aren't doing on the pitch, which he's basically calling out Anthony and Garnacho and saying Rashford at least feeds the ball to Højlund.
Yes. No, that's absolutely right. What do you think, Vic, that Rashford's also integral to help Shaw? Because I think Jarvis made a great point when they're attacking.
That's 100%. He's got that point, and I feel like it would click better.
Yeah, no, definitely. Jarvis, do you think Anthony will play, or will it be Mr. Rashford?
I saw Roshmano come in with the comment, and he said Rashford. No doubt Rashford will play because the club quickly said he will be back for selection. Maybe you can read that out of it, but we know Ten Hag, and we know he's very strict. He's a disciplinarian, and I wouldn't be surprised if Rashford starts on the bench. So for me, I think he will select Anthony. And, Anthony had a good game. He scored 1 goal and had 1 assist, even though I'm not happy with Anthony's performance. I think his decision-making is still off. But I think he will start Anthony on the right 100%. And I believe he will start Garnacho on the left. So no Rashford in the starting 11 for me.
Okay, but can I just ask Jarvis a question? Yeah. How do you find it? What's your opinion on the fact that they don't feed Højlund?
Yeah, it's not in Ten Hag's game plan, actually. If you see how he did it in with the Ajax,
but that's the lie.
Teams,
because he keeps saying that he needs the book. He was saying today in the press conference he wanted Rashford on because at least he helped provides goals for Højlund.
Yeah, maybe I'm wrong, but I did some studying on Ten Hag's Ajax teams, and it didn't look like for me that the wingers were providing the strikers, but only when we have really long attacks, then he expect the wingers to provide the striker, but not how we attack at the moment. Because when we on the attack on transition or counter attacks, we don't have the I would say the tempo or the rhythm is right, because it goes too fast. So it's more for the wingers to cut in and try to shoot themselves, or give it to Bruno. But if we take our time and I would say dominate them in a way, then it's time for Højlund to go in the middle and be available for crosses. So
he is available though. He's there. They just make selfish decisions.
Yeah, but
and it doesn't work.
Rhythm, it's yeah. You're probably right, but for me, I don't have a good answer for that. Stu, help me out.
No.
Sorry,
Jarvis. Jarvis, I'm in enough trouble tonight as it is, mate. Don't dig me a deep hole here, pal. Let me tell you something, guys. If it was for me, and I'll be honest with you, I'd play two up front, and that would be Garnacho and Højlund. I think Vicky makes a good point. I understand what Jarvis is saying.
I understand what Jarvis is saying, and I have read like the autobiography of Erik Ten Hag. Like I'm pretty sure like most of us have anyway. But
yeah.
So I don't disagree with him when he talks about the Ajax way. But what did Erik Ten Hag say about a month or two ago, 6 weeks ago? I can't play the Ajax way.
Yes, no, he did, and that upset a lot of fans, didn't it, Jarvis and Mark? That upset a lot of fans, but. I think for me, and this is just me. I don't think our two wingers work. I don't think Garnacho and whoever they are, actually, I don't think the two wide players work. And the reason they don't work is because they're not doing what they should be doing, and that is A, cross the ball for Højlund properly, and B, they're not attacking the 18-yard box on the diagonal and forcing a penalty decision tackle. We're not doing that anymore. So when we're getting into the box, we're stopping and we're hesitating instead of running in, into the box and making the fullback back pedal, okay, and force the tackle, force him to do something. Because when we do that, we win spot kicks, and we're not doing that. We're not attacking. So for me, if you're not going to do that, you're a waste of time out there, because you're not always going back and helping the two fullbacks, as we know. Jarvis, Mark, and Vicky have all pointed that out. And when we are getting it with too selfish, Jarvis, Mark, and Mick and Vicky have all pointed that out. And it was evident with Garnacho's, all right, it come off the bar. If he'd scored, everyone would have been going, what a great goal. But it didn't look for Højlund. And when he did, and Højlund finally decided to create his own chances. So if you go with two up front, but give them license to cross, so give them license to play the whole width of the 18-yard box, and you have a bit of guile behind them, such as Fernandez, and then you've got Mino and maybe Eriksson and Casemiro. You've got a wonderfully fluid team there. You've got a good set of fullbacks. You've got a decent kind of three in the middle as well. That'd be Varane, Maguire, and Martinez for me. I think that's a good solid three, and it will give Wolves a problem. Now, if we are stuck on the wings, we've got plenty of coverage there. So you've got Mino and Casemiro to come in and help the two fullbacks, which is likely to be, it'd have to be Dalot, by the way. It couldn't be Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah.
And sure, and you've got that coverage across the pitch. So where Vicky speaks eloquently about Neto being their danger, if you watched him in the FA Cup, he penetrated the right wonderfully, very, very quick, very skillful, very fast in his feet, very good with his crossing. We should be able to nullify that, and Cunha on the right side, we should be able to nullify them with positional play and guile. That's what I would do. This is why I asked the VAR room what their thoughts are in terms of that. I don't think he'll do it, by the way. I know he won't do it. But Vic, what are your thoughts on that? How would you see that playing out if we went with a 3-5-2?
Sorry, I was... sorry, what was the question again? I was listening, and then I got asked a question, and then I...
Well, that's all right. Well, the gaffer... Has the gaffer come in, Jarvis?
Yeah.
Oh.
Is that the gaffer?
Give me 2 seconds. I will play the video.
Super chat, super chat, super chat.
Super chat.
Look at that. Look at that. That's brilliant. That is. Thank you, boss man, for that super chat. So my question is, Vic, just about changing it up. Should we change it up?
No, I think go with the plan.
You think go with the plan?
I think if you've been this stubborn, right, and you've been this way for this long, right, and you've admitted that you can't play the way you wanted to do with Ajax, and you have a plan, and you do kind of want to work with what you had last season, right? Go down as a sinking ship, or just go like with what you think. I don't think. Why is everyone trying to reinvent the wheel? Why is everyone going on FIFA management mode? What's going on?
I hate FIFA.
I don't know how to play it, but I just know that everybody goes, "Oh, I'm going to go do this, I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to do this," and like they're all become managers, and then they've all become managers. That's a teenage boy coming down the stairs, by the way. It's not a roller thunder. Then what are you going to do?
Mark,
just keep
your thoughts?
changing it. It's not going to work.
No, I don't think the formation is going to change. So it's a nice idea. Obviously, we've gone
It won't
through
change.
those. No. I for my back four, I'll just go into that if you don't mind. I think Varane, if he's fit, Martinez as well. I think he'll play Dallo on the left, but I think he needs to be very careful with his positional play, positional awareness, because he'll get caught by Pedro and Neto. And Aaron Wan-Bissaka, I think Luke Shaw is quite a big doubt for the game. So, nothing's going to change. Going to have a midfield 3 or 1-2, and then 3 at the front. And that's how I see it going.
Jarvis?
Yeah, I just want to. We didn't read out Mick's super chat. I just want to read it out. We do everything by the book. He said, "Let's face it, United are so broke that we can't afford to feed the striker. We need a value medal." So, good joke from Mick there. When it comes, I just want to go a little bit back to the wingers. You asked about why they don't feed Højlund, and when it comes to Ten Hag's, I just had to look it up. Because Ten Hag, his left winger used to be David Neres in the Ajax team, and his role was to stay wide and play more direct and aggressive, and he would naturally drift infield and look to pick out pockets of space. So this is the role of the left winger, and the right winger, who was at the time, it was the Moroccan guy who played at Chelsea. What's his name again? Hakim Ziyech. He's more creative in passing for passing and be a part of the build up. So Ten Hag's Ajax team never used to have wingers that fed the striker in a way, and I see some similarities if you think about being part of the build up, be more creative and passing, like Anthony on the right. And when they talk about Neres on the left, staying wide and cutting in and look for pockets of space. So this is actually Ten Hag's work, in my opinion. This is how he wants to play. I don't think it comes to the ability, because I believe, of course the wingers can cross. They're wingers at the top high level. So that's not the problem. It's their instructions.
Right, so Jarvis, all I want to say is, like, I completely agree when it comes to Anthony. Anthony is just like playing that way, and I think Garnacho is just generally just young and selfish. I don't think that's meant to be that style of play. I think Anthony's playing the way he used to play with Ajax, right? Erik Ten Hag is saying that he cannot do that in the Premier League, and I think Garnacho's just being a bit selfish because even Bruno's like telling him off. So what I see is what you're sort of saying when it comes to Anthony, but Garnacho's a different story. So Garnacho should be passing to creative play, but he's not, and Anthony's just doing his own thing. And I just feel like in my head that it's just meant to be, they are now meant to be feeding, like, because if he's saying it in a press conference that he wants Rashford there because he feeds the ball more to Højlund, then it's him admittedly saying that he can't do that style of play, though I completely agree with what you're saying, where I think you're right when he goes, Anthony is still playing Ajax style of play, Garnacho is just being a bit selfish.
Yeah. But I was actually thinking more of Rashford when he plays on the left, not as much Garnacho when I did the comparison.
Rashford's just dying to score. A bit like Garnacho's just dying to score because
both very selfish players
at this moment in time. I mean, it's because Rashford's lost. And we could go on the train on reasons why, and I feel like it's just gone down to the fact that he has had his girlfriend dropped and he's like going with his boy mates, and one of his boy mates is his brother and also like part of his management. So they are just going, got this new contract, let's spend and like sort of lose his way a bit. I do think that's part of it. But he's 28. I was no different when I was 28. I was like, let's just
I see Ian McDonald comes in and will say, how can it not be that he's instructing the players? If Garnacho is being selfish, he will drop him. So basically saying it's Ten Hag.
It's a fair point.
Yeah. Just before that, we've got Rushmano in with 10 memberships. Thank you, Rushmano.
Well done, Rushmano.
Top man. You playing for him?
Top man, Rushmano. Yeah, I can read out the new members.
Yeah,
I just need my reading glasses here again.
Get your readers on.
Hope they're easy names. Rubina Kauser, Mark Parks, Samir Vegor George, Nick Wolf, Phil Jones, Will Man United. We have Alistair Dirks, Umar Dorta, and Hal Fox. So that's the new members. Remember to thank Rushmano for the memberships and welcome to the club.
Yeah, well done, Rushmano. My take on Rashford. Mark asks, actually, does Rashford have the footballing intelligence to play the Ajax way? He's asking about the same as Luke Shaw and Wan-Bissaka. Yeah, difficult one, really. I mean, Vicky made a point, actually, a while ago. It's not FIFA, it's not this, it's not that. Football isn't complicated, etc., etc. I've been speaking, and Vic knows this, I've been speaking about this for years. You all know that my opinion, about football not being complicated, and I don't think it is. 22 players on a pitch. The pitch hasn't changed. The goals haven't changed size-wise since its inception. Things don't change apart from technology. And she's right. And I kind of look at it and, does Rashford have the intelligence? I think maybe 2-3 years ago, yes. I think today, right now, no. I don't think Rashford particularly is enjoying playing football at the moment. I'm not even sure Luke Shaw's enjoying playing football at the moment. I don't think a lot of the players are enjoying playing football at the moment. So, do we limp to the end of the season, which is what everybody's suggesting, or do we try something a little bit different to reignite not only our season, but the players? Because sometimes you've got to reignite a footballer, when he's going in, he's plunking himself down in his changing room. Gaffer's telling him to do the same thing week in, week out. Sometimes you just need that little bit of difference in your life to help galvanise you. We need it in everyday life as well. I mean, you've had your troubles this week, Jarvis. You need something to sometimes just to galvanise you. So, Vicky's had fun tonight camping with the Cubs. Mark's had fun with his back and his weights and things like that. We all do something every day. And you think to yourself, eventually it becomes too much like the norm. So you become almost robotic with it. And I think that's where we are. So sometimes you gotta mix it up with steady pop. That's what my thought process is.
Can I just say though, I go to do Cubs for free as a volunteer.
That's true.
And Mark pays to be put in pain. They get paid to do what they get paid to do what they do.
They do, no, and that's the point. There are. People, do we forget it? Don't we forget it? I think they're doing this day in and day out. For me, it's something I absolutely love. I would be playing tonight if my uncle would have allowed it. I'm still going to play at the weekend. I'm going to strap it up. I'm going to play, because that's what I like to do. And plus, I'm an idiot, and maybe I should be resting it. But the thing is, that's what I like to do. But I don't get that impression with our players. I don't think they're enjoying playing the game anymore. I don't think any of them are enjoying or looking forward to going to Wolves tomorrow, whereas we would as people and as individuals. What do you think about that, Mark?
Sorry, I cut out a little bit there. So that again,
I don't think the players are looking forward to Wolves because I don't think they're enjoying playing football at the minute.
No, yeah, it's very difficult. Listen, as I said to you the other night, players aren't robots, right? And when the club is going through a very turbulent time, you know, with the ratification of the new ownership still not to go through, lots of changes could happen very quickly, including Ten Hag himself. I think it's very difficult for anybody to find that inspiration in order to play well. Now, us as fans obviously find that very, very difficult. It just is the way it is. Do you know what I mean? I think you find that in all workplaces. Fundamentally, it's business. It is a workplace, and that's what happens. Yeah, as I said, we've had the break. We've got the players coming back. He's going to go with his best 11, and obviously we'll go through that in a minute, I'm sure. And fundamentally, they've just got to turn up and they need to play. And we saw that on Sunday in drips and drabs. I thought they played a high press, and were relatively pretty good. I think we just got caught out on a couple of occasions. But yeah, I think it's easy to pinpoint on Rashford at the moment not being happy playing football, but guarantee you every single player at that club is feeling the same at the moment. And I think it's going to be a bit of a tough one.
Bar Delo looks like he's always ready to play and enjoy it.
Oh, he does. Sorry, something's gone. I've missed Jonathan.
Yeah.
Jonathan. I'm so sorry, Jonathan. Thank you very much.
Maybe Mark can read out his comment and give him a...
Oh, wait a minute.
Best centre-back are Phil Jones and Harry Maguire. Right. You know what? Stu and I will agree with you on that one. We actually rate Maguire. And obviously Phil Jones, unfortunately, is no longer at the club. But listen, great comment.
Great comment.
Brilliant.
I'll say Varane and Johnny Evans.
Yes. Thank you, Jonathan. VAR room, our apologies. We've been deep in discussion and we apologise. It's kicking off as it always is in a VAR room. Absolutely love it. Some great comments in. Then Jarvis, do you want to take?
Yeah, I'm just doing the highlighted comments to say Lillis comes in here. Big up Lillis. He said, like I say, no one player would come in United in January transfer window. India's criminals are doing same thing like in Nice. So basically, it's giving.
All I want to say is that Man United aren't the only ones. Man United are not the only team in the Premier League that aren't doing anything. Come on.
No. And I see Riot Week comes in and say Stu wearing the Lennon glasses.
Yeah, glasses. Just for you, that is, Raja. Just for you, mate.
Savile.
I said Elton John last time, but you
said Elton John. Yeah, it was good. Somebody said Jimmy Savile. I mean, that's just absolutely.
That was me.
Can you get rid of it?
When they all leave the green room tonight? Can you wear them?
Well, yes. Yes, I'll put them on for you. Don't you worry.
Sorry.
That's all right. 36 likes, guys. Come on. Let's see if we can get this up to 50 at least. Jarvis, have you got, just before we go into, we'll do some more comments with the VAR.
McDonald comes in and say, no manager is suffering players who won't follow instructions over and over again, especially with 14 losses this season. It's crazy to think otherwise.
That's a great, actually, that's worth commenting on, I think. That's a really, really good point. Somebody asked me this, Ian, a couple of weeks ago, and I made a point. In fact, actually, I made a point on Jarvis Cocker's Corner, didn't I, on Monday? There's two types of footballers. There's people who think they know better, and there's people that will listen. And we seem to have not a balance of players that want to listen and take on board what the gaffer says. I've always been of the opinion when I walk in that dressing room, the gaffer walks in, you shut up and you listen. You don't say anything. You don't fiddle with your phone, fiddle with your shin pads. You listen to what he's got to say. I think we've got a lot of players who think they know more. I think that's a great question and a great point.
I see we have 36 likes, 37. Any better? 39 likes.
39. So, let's get that up to 50 in the next 5 minutes.
If you get up to 50, we'll allow Mark back. How's that?
Oh, the pressure's on. I didn't know you were going to put me out my arse, Stu.
Mark's going to be logging in on the next 10. He's going to be phoning his mates.
I'm going to quickly create 10 accounts.
He's going to get that up for likes.
Stu, I just want to talk a little bit about tactics. You know, I'm a kind of a nerd when it comes to tactics, and I like tactics. And I talk about similarities with Ajax and Man United, and I see a lot of similarities. For example, I see like McTominay doing the Donny van de Beek role, like roaming and finding the spaces and scoring goals. But what we do miss is someone like Daley Blind. Really intelligent, the guy who can play as a center back, fullback, tuck in, play as the inverted midfielder, and do a lot of roles and understand how the total football works. And for me, that's the biggest miss in this Ten Hag team. I see Ten Hag is trying to force Dalot to be that player, but for me, Dalot isn't good enough when he comes from the fullback, tucks inside, plays in the inverted fullback role, midfielder. He's not good enough when he plays in the midfielder role. He can't do the half turn. He can't make the passes forward, find the pockets, find the space. So for me, that's where I think we should address our next signing to find a player like that. We know Ten Hag in the summer window wanted the guy from Bayern Munich who went to Inter. What's his name again? Pavard. I think he's a little bit similar player, so that was the one I wanted us to sign this summer. But it will be interesting seeing forward in the next window if we can get a player like that.
Pavard's a great shout, an absolute great shout. The likes are going up, by the way. Mark is almost looking relieved. He's not quite there yet.
I'm getting happier. Keep it going.
The beautiful Vicky has said that she will actually donate a membership if we get to 50 likes. So there you go. Keep pushing.
Not one.
Sorry. She'll give more. She'll give, like, there you go. So keep.
If we don't get up to 50, if someone wanted to go hit in a super chat, then that will be cool as well.
That would be cool as well. There you go.
Mark gets to stay if someone does a super chat.
Yes, I think no, absolutely. So please, please get the likes in if you can. Jarvis, I agree. I think Pavard would have been a great signing for us. I actually think Rabiot would have been equally as good a signing for us because he's a much of a dynamic player. A lot of people didn't like Rabiot, didn't like the thought of Rabiot. I thought he's absolutely instrumental for Juventus. A great player, Rabiot is. I know his mum is a bit of a pain. But sometimes
whose mum isn't, right?
Well, exactly. My mum, she's lovely. She's a bit old now, but she's lovely.
My sons are...
Sorry, I've just stepped in it, haven't I?
But Stu, you talked about.
So I don't like my son's my eldest son. Sorry, he's 18. I don't like his girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
But she doesn't know that yet. I'm really nice to her.
Well, hopefully she's not watching tonight then.
No. They're into completely different things. They don't even know the offside rule. They don't even know she'd think who Man United are.
Oh, right.
Okay. Big no.
Oh, yes, he once told me he was going to support Spurs once, and I was like, "Whoa!" That made him hand in his Xbox and stay up in his room.
Fun fact for you: if I wasn't a United fan, I would have been a Spurs fan too.
I know this because I think you only said that not far off that long ago.
It was about a month ago.
But then you mentioned that about a couple of years ago as well.
Oh, there you go. Then I say it too often, obviously. Anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Johnny K has got his wife to press the like. You're almost there, Mark. You're not quite there, Bill. You're almost there.
Thanks, brother. John Commode has always had my back. What a geezer.
Oh, I love John. Wait, Elliot, what are you doing?
Sorry, Jarvis, you want to ask me something?
Yeah, I think I lost my train of thoughts.
But,
sorry, darling. Oh, sorry.
We talked about the different tactics, and you mentioned maybe you want to play with two strikers and stuff like that. For me, what I would like to see is Ten Hag experiment a little bit more with the fullback role. He tried a little bit when he played Amrabat on the left back, but I would actually like to see him try Amrabat in the at the right back. But we have one ingredient that we need for him to play on the right back, and that's Mason Mount to play in. Because when we go attacking, we will basically go in with the back three and Amrabat in the central with the number 6. And then we have 4 attackers plus the striker. And the 4 attackers need to be more ball players. That's why I would like to see Maino there. I would like to see Bruno on the right. I would like to see Mason Mount in the second 10 and one attacker on the left, like Garnacho. Then we will be more balanced. I believe we have more players that can go both ways, and that's what I would like to see. And I hope Ten Hag have the guts to try something new soon. But it depends. But Amrabat is the only player I can think of who can like manage a role like that at the current squad.
I'll tell you what then, let's have a bit of fun. Let's get the VAR room involved. You've got a app, haven't you, or where we can pick the team, pick the 11.
Yeah.
So
I can do that.
Let's all pick our favoured 11. We know the team he's going to pick. I think we all do, but let's pick a favoured 11, guys. We'd love you to pick a favoured 11. Stay at 48 likes if you don't mind there. So that's
2 more. So it's like 1, 2.
Look at him. Biggs is still in
jail.
2 more. Come on, guys. Do me a favour. 2 more.
And get involved in the VAR room about who you would like to see as well, because we've done this on occasions, but there are players, the way that Jarvis has just articulated what he would do with Amrabat. He's not just said, let's put Amrabat in. He's made a case for it. Vicky's made a case for keeping the team the same. Mark's kind of like on the fence with stuff. And me, I would like to change the team. So, no, we've done it, Mr. Biggs.
Have we done it?
Mr. Biggs.
I'll sleep well tonight. Thank you.
You get to stay. Look, I found something. I found a duster.
I will be back. I'll sleep well tonight, guys. Thank you very much.
I'll give him that. Ladies and gentlemen in the VAR room, thank you ever so much, because guys, we were languishing on about 38 likes, and then you've come to the table. So thank you very much. Mark will do a speech at the end just to say, put his gratitude on.
Thank you.
It wasn't looking good for him, I tell you. It wasn't looking good. He was almost gone, wasn't he, Jarvis?
Yeah. 52 likes now. So we
almost
are rising.
No cigar.
Oh, and Vicky she's pulled it out of the bag. Jarvis, she's pulled it out of the
Vicky.
bag. Mark, you're gonna have to go and get something, pal.
You mean thank you? You have to read them all. I don't.
No, it's your turn to read them now. I will play the video. Just give me 2 seconds.
Oh my God!
I don't know where to find them. I'm not logged in, I don't think. If you do it this time and then tell me what to do after.
Yeah. Vicky, would you care to read them out?
I can't see them. Where am I meant to see them?
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Sorry, Jarvis.
I will do it. I will be quick, and I will ruin your names online. So just bear with me.
Wait a minute. I could start. Oh, I've got some here. Yeah. Ready? Sophie Smith, Vernon. Oh no, actually, you can do it because I'm going to really murder them.
Vernon,
I don't want to.
Peter, Andrew Brown. We have Ashid Mia and Dublin Games, Case Base, Mark Kelly, Cavalier, KGM 77. That's the best year. 77. Along Schlong. Nice name. Arwal Hakim Ab Halim and Passant K, Emma Omega, and the right way round, Pasty, Youssef Hassam, Anouk Imsong, Ronnie Wilson, and who's the last? It's TM. So welcome, guys and girls, to the Mufc Realist TV.
I'm gonna clip that up tonight. I tell you.
Oh dear! Congratulations.
That really, I did not
welcome
expect
all.
that. That really tickled me.
Thank you. And can I just say, like, any channels that I've ever worked with, I've done the odd super chats, and I've done the odd super members. I don't just do it for like pressure or anything. Bloody hell, I've been working with Sam Peoples for 3 years, and I've done that, and that ain't doing nothing.
Vicky, everybody loves you. Nobody thinks you're doing
it. I'm not doing it for a reason, so don't.
We know that. We know that. Jarvis, pull up the and let's get picking an 11, shall we, guys?
Yeah.
Do you know what? Would you believe we're an hour and 15 in to the show? By the way,
time flies.
It's absolutely flying by, hasn't it? Right, Vic. Who would you like to see?
Don't pick me first because I'm just going to go pick what Eric Ten Hag is doing.
Okay. So I love feisty.
I'm not. I'll pick some. Yeah, you go.
I'd like to see Onana start.
I've got you some roses, by the way, Vic. So we're okay later.
For my 40th. What have you got? What have you planned? Oh my God! What have you planned for my 40th?
Nothing. I'm not telling you. I'm not going to tell you live on TV. On YouTube. We'll keep that quiet. Sorry, go on then. No. Sorry, Mark.
This is Mark's team. We can make them.
Pink. That's my colour.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's more like him. Yeah.
Oh, like fuchsia. I like it.
Fuchsia, lovely.
So Mark, bring me your team.
I'm really struggling here. Right. Dallo's going to be on the left. Aaron Wan-Bissaka on the right. Varane and Martinez in the middle. You want me to go into midfield as well?
Yeah, just carry on.
I'll
this is your turn.
Okay. And then in the middle of the park, Cobby and I want to say Casemiro, but I think there could be a possibility of McTominay starting. I think with the midfield, he's going to need to have some kind of a player that's going to be able to chase the ball down and a bit of doggedness. But I'm going to go with Casemiro. So Cobby, Casemiro, and of course Bruno as the number 10 there. And then up top, Garnacho, Anthony on the right, and Højlund in the middle.
Okay.
What do you think of that team, Vic?
Let me see it.
Okay, there you go.
That's not far off what I would think, but I was just going to go think that Rashford was going to be on the left and they were going to put Garnacho back on the right, only because Garnacho did show opportunity on the right. But but the one thing I will say is it's quite interesting is that nobody's talking about the substitutions, and it's a bit like when we were saying when we play Eriksen that we go, oh, who's he substituting because he's not a full match player. I thought with Casemiro, with Casemiro, sorry. With Casemiro, we're just going to go, oh, well, he's not going to do the 4 minutes. So that's when we go and bring the puppy in and just let go get the ball, and then just to McTominay.
Okay, so, no, that's quite interesting. Actually, to be fair, that's a really interesting thought. You know, it's all right picking a starting 11, but you've then got to make sure the bench is equally as balanced. So it's a really good point there, Vic.
Mm-hmm.
Really good point. Are you talking the puppy being Garnacho?
No, it's McTominay where you just go get the ball, go do what you want,
Go run around from A to B. Yeah, that's very good.
Don't worry about defending, just go get the ball.
Yeah, just do something to get it away from our goal.
He is literally like walking a puppy where you just go, oh, here's the ball, go get it.
I never thought of something like that.
Just for a couple of comments in the VAR room, the reason why I chose Dallo is that Shaw's highly doubtful for this game, probably not going to be fit enough, so he won't play. Hence why Dallo on the left-hand side there.
Yeah, I've read that. Jarvis, what would you do to change that in your ideal 11? The 11 that you would pick, what would you do?
Well, we have a couple of players who's not available. As usual, Mason Mount is still injured. Malacia is still injured. Lindelof is injured. Amrabat is on international duty. I'm not sure when he will be back. Question mark is Rashford. And actually, I wouldn't have played Anthony on the right. I would go for Amad Diallo. I think he's much better footballer and has a higher ceiling and better abilities. So for me, I would choose Diallo on the right just to see him. And
I mentioned at the beginning I would have Pellistri as my favourite, but this is what I think he will go with, and I don't think Ahmad gets in either over Anthony.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think he will start, but in my world, I would start Diallo. When it comes to the midfield, Bruno, I'm not a big fan of Bruno. I think he takes up too much space. He roams around all over the place. He should predominantly stay in the 10 role. So for me, I would like to see when he will come back. I would like to see Mason Mount in this role, but he's not available yet. But for me, I would go for a player like Mason Mount or Eriksen.
This is who you would like to see there, yeah.
Yeah, but choosing from the available players, I would actually go for Eriksen then in the 10. So
I'm not mad at that.
This would be my team.
No, I'm not upset with that either. So,
and I can agree. Can I just say, can I agree with that? But can I ask them then to do the substitutes?
Yeah.
Who would you see coming off, and who would you see coming on?
So I think Rashford will come on.
Yeah, Rashford will come on, and I think McTominay will come on, and
And I think I'm going to ruin his name. Is it Kawawa? Comes off of Varane. Yes, Varane's coming off.
Kawala.
And I'm sorry, Sir Alex Ferguson never played it any different. So rather than have all this starting youth team, he brought them on, but he brought them on earlier rather than later in time as the season went on. So I would go, Varane plays 65 minutes and Koala comes on.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. Yeah. No, that's a good shout, that is.
Mm-hmm. What about Forsen? He came on last game. He did quite well at a big chance, Omar Forsen.
Yeah, I'd have him on the bench. And that would be a score sufficient sub for me. I know where you're going with him, Jarvis. I like him a lot, but he doesn't quite look. He doesn't look sturdy enough for me yet.
But if you played this
I think
side, if you played this side, obviously Eriksen comes off. Diallo certainly comes off after a while. Varane comes off, and then I would say Dallo comes off, and then Shaw comes back on, because I know he might be injured, but he still probably want to play some minutes. Is that wrong? Or are you thinking that?
No. I mean, with subs, you've got to get them right, and they've got to be able to make a difference when they come on. I think sometimes, too many times this season, Erik Ten Hag's made substitutes for the sake of it, and he hasn't thought about what they can do, how they can change the game. So that's for me. Anyone want to see my team?
Oh my god! By the way, this one is terrible. He's not Arteta. He's not going to start doing this little. I can swap goalkeepers.
No, he's not going to. I'm going with my 3-5-2 formation, Jarvis.
Yeah, we will go for the 3-5-2.
Yeah, I'm going to play that. Yeah, so Onana in goal, absolutely. Maguire central, Varane right, and Martinez left.
Okay, Varane right and Martinez left, and you would.
Left. I'd put Maguire in central.
Harry Maguire.
Big Harry, the top man.
Harry. Yeah.
The ex-skipper. Holding would be Casemiro.
Yeah.
And then just slightly above him would be Mino to the left. That's it.
Oh, hi, Julia. Sorry.
And keep pushing. Eriksen slightly just behind the front two. To the in the middle.
Okay, so you want it like, okay, then I just have to adjust the play size because It's just not good.
Are you doing
so
a
more like this?
3-2-5?
Yeah, that's it. And then it would have to be Wan-Bissaka and Dalot. So Dalot left, Wan-Bissaka right. I'm not happy with that, with the players that we got available. If there weren't players that we didn't have available, I'd be going with Luke Shaw as because I think he's a good wing back. He's a better wing back than than Dalot on the left for obvious reasons. Then up front, we got a front two of Hoyland. Now I'm kind of actually, Vicky's made me think about what do I do with the other one, and I think with the two, I would prefer Rashford alongside Hoyland.
That's nothing with telepathic looking at all.
Well, I didn't want to say that was our pillow talk because I didn't want to tell everybody what we're doing. So we'll go with telepathy. Okay, we'll go with telepathy. And that's what I'd like it now. People look at that side and I would think, well, yes, we're balanced. And as you can see, we're balanced. But I think we've got a mix of a bit of, KB Mino's got a mix of fight in him, but he's also got a ball playing ability. Casemiro, we know, can marshal that back four. He can slip in. The good thing about Casemiro is, and people are forgetting this, by the way, he can actually slip in and make a back four if we need it. He's done that before with Real Madrid. He could do that again. I think Wan-Bissaka and Dalot, they've got the energy to get up and down. Kobe Mino, if he needs to, can split. Eriksen, if he needs to, can split. But when we're attacking with what I consider to be a much more balanced attack, a ball player in Eriksen, Casemiro and Mino, they can all play the ball. And I think we've got two natural finishes in Hoyland and Rashford. And I that would win. That would beat Wolves. I know it won't happen, by the way, guys. I know it. I get it. Don't eat my lunch over it in the VAR room.
Just ask what to do, as for fun, and that's what was done.
You what? Sorry, Chuck.
That we were just asked to do what we thought would be for fun, and that's what it is.
Yes. Yeah. So that's what it for. See, Lillis, are we having a laugh with Maguire in defence? You're not looking what's around with him, Lillis. Unfortunately, if you look at Martinez and Varane, look at the way that Onana sweeps up. He will win headers, Maguire, all day long. He's strong, Maguire in the tackle all day long.
Right. Now, the one question I will say about Rashford that I would like to be asked is that he's never really in the box when it comes to corners. And he's super tall.
He is tall. He is tall.
Everyone, by the way, everyone's super tall to me. I'm 5'2.5". My twin sister is 5'2". I'm 5'2.5". That half an inch counts, right? Right. So why has he never been put in there? Is it? I dare I say this is because of his back injury issues that they don't like him doing headers. Is that a thing, Stu? Do players have body issues where things like that put him in the short corner range?
There's a simple one for Rashford. He can't head the ball, unfortunately.
That's the lie, because last season he kept scoring goals with his header because that's what he kept improving in last season. That's the lie. Don't lie to me. We've had this discussion. If you were going to lie to me...
Let me rephrase it. Let me rephrase it. He's not great in the air. There you go. He's not brilliant in the air. He did score a couple of goals with the head. You're absolutely right, but he's not great in the air. A lot of people having a pop at my formation. It's not actually a formation like that. Is rather fluid. It's not kind of like line up at how you want.
It was a shock, but I think it was 4 goals he done a header with last year. Last season.
Yeah. No,
and everybody was shocked about it because it was a talking point.
It's a good point though that you make, and a lot of people, if they're not really 100% confident in their ability to head the ball, and I've seen it before, I've seen it loads of times, they won't venture in and they won't put themselves in that position that they'll miss maybe a 6-yard header. And that, unfortunately, is the nature of the beast when it comes to football. But I do agree. I think he's a tall, strong guy. He should be getting more headed goals for sure.
But that's one of the areas that he did perform on last season.
Better. Yeah,
he's now not doing. And he did even talk about it in interviews. He goes, "Oh yeah, when I went to LA, I did an extra bit of pre-season, and I worked on my headers." And then this season, it's almost like this. Yeah, it's like, oh, the set piece coach has gone, "Oh, you don't need to do that." Oh,
but you're absolutely right. The thing is that he should have the balls to get in there and do more. He should use his physical ability a lot more. I think he's lost a lot of strength. Actually, I think he's lost a lot of his physique. I don't know what he's been doing, but maybe he's been drinking too much.
There's a couple of questions about Rashford I would always want to think. Is like, if you watched Rashford where he done the overlap with Gary Neville, it's not the Rashford that we have now. And if you also do it where we were looking at when he got taken off with that hip injury, like during the Man City game when we were at Old Trafford, and he was there with Delo. Delo came off as well, and he was standing there just like waiting to celebrate. You don't see that in him, and you just need to know what something's like obviously going on. Obviously, his mental health is obviously becoming to question.
Absolutely.
And it's not the first time that his mental health has come into question. This must be a talking point coming up forward, and I'm pretty sure there should be another interview coming out shortly, just so he could have it coming across. Because I'm not, by the way, saying it was okay that he went on a bender, right? I'm saying it's not the first player to ever have done it, and I do not find it acceptable. But I am saying this must be an issue. And we're all sick and tired of having players like complaining about training and all this sort of stuff and not performing and not listening to the manager and wanting it to all be more tight. But some of these things are like, where is it Eric Ten Hag having to be more structured, and then when is it talking about he has his brother as his agent and whatever, that it's just his family aren't helping him. His mum's great, by the way. I actually met his mum once. But...
That's good points. Actually, I don't think it's things you can't shy away from. I think there may well be issues that we don't know about. There may be issues that we don't need to know about as as fans. Because
100%.
You're absolutely right. We just see what he does on a football pitch. And he's not the true Marcus Rashford, and we all know that. I believe there's a poll in the field to see which formation is the best. Clearly, anyone who knows anything about football will pick mine. So we shall see.
How?
We shall see. How? That team would be very, very difficult to beat. Very, very difficult to beat. Which team is rubbish? That's the question that Jarvis is asking. Which team is rubbish? Everybody, we are an hour and 32 minutes. It's absolutely flown by today. We're on 57 likes. The VAR room has been absolutely superb as always. We've had some great super chats. Vicky's given away loads of memberships tonight, which is great. And Mark has survived to fight another day. Got over 50 likes. So how's the poll doing, Jarvis? I must be what? 60?
You're well out in front. 82%.
You are, sorry.
82%. You're out in front with the worst team of us all.
That's is typical.
It's fair, I think, is the right word.
No, I'm not really sure on that one. I'm not really sure. I think that's a great team, and I think that would beat most players. Jarvis, do you have anything else to add?
Yeah, I can add a couple of things. We saw yesterday a player linked to Man United, Michael Olise, or how you pronounce his name.
Yes.
Crystal Palace winger, right winger. He scored 1 goal, 2 assists yesterday. He's been really good this season and is strongly linked to Man United. So I just want to hear your opinion. I can start with Mark. Would you take Michael Olise? he has a release clause on 60 million in the summer, I believe, if the rumors are true.
Yeah,
Is he worth money?
Not 60 mil. I think we could probably get him for less than that. I was talking about it in another group chat over the summer about Elise. I know he was very, very close to joining Chelsea, and I think he's an exceptional player. The problem we've got at the moment is we are just bringing in another wide man inside forward to contend with every other player we got, right? And at the moment, we're struggling to sell players as it is. Who knows what's going to happen with Rashford? Anthony's not going to leave in the summer. And then, of course, you've got Garnacho, Police Street, Ahmad, and everyone else. One thing we've been very good at over the years is bringing through inside forwards. And I think another one is probably not going to happen based on all of what I've just said. Fantastic player, though. I'd absolutely take him. I think in a team like this would thrive, and I think he'd absolutely cook under a Ten Hag style team as it is now. I mean, if we go and get him in the summer, great, but let's just hope we can offload a few others too.
Yeah, Vicky.
Just to say, I quite like Stu's team.
Oh, thanks, Chuck. I mean, nobody else seems to like it, clearly.
Yeah,
I mean,
rubbish.
Do you know what? It's because it's different.
Exactly. Yeah.
We're all scared of different.
Yeah, dare to be different.
If you look at every single Man United fan, they won't stop living under Fergie's reign. They're so scared of different that they do hate the new. They hate structure.
Yeah, absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate that. Cheers, Julia.
Actually,
Yeah,
I'm a big fan of Elise. And because they keep saying in the chat, he's a Man United fan. Funny enough, you'll hear that about everyone. I've heard Ivor Tony was a Man United fan, and he's a very livid, stupidly bad Liverpool fan. So, by the way, I'm not the biggest fan of Ivor Tony. I've watched 4 interviews, right, and one of the Diary of the CEO, which was over an hour, and I listened to it. Oh, the guy's all about the Pogba vibe. He's got the Pogba vibe. He's got the whole, I want to be an actor. I want to be. Go get yourself on TikTok. Go do yourself a little bit of things like that, and go cheat yourself into your first goal back. Go on.
Which he did, didn't he? Yeah, he did. The irony of Ivan Toney coming back with a Hollywood bet or whatever he was on his shirt, I thought was great.
Oh, the whole entrance as well, and then he goes and cheats his first goal. Oh my god!
Shocking.
You know what? I'd have Ivan Toney at United 100%. I think he's a very good player.
He's a cheat. He's a cheat, and he is a Pogba. He's talking about he wants to become an actor and all this sort of nonsense. Just want to be someone that just wants to talk about football and actually playing, and that they want to perform every day. I actually like the whole Ronaldo thing. I do lots of workouts, that my whole focus is on my career and my family. I want to hear that. I just don't want to hear about, I want to do acting and TikTok and dancing videos. Oh, no, I don't want it.
No, none of us want to hear about that. For me, with Elise, Jerry's out with me. I'm not 100% sure yet. I do like him, don't get me wrong, but is he worth 60 mil? Is he worth 50 mil? I don't know.
Well, the problem is it's inflation now.
Yeah, I know.
And it's all about the last 2 seasons. You're just trying to gather what the inflation is now, especially how some players are doing the 100 million and they're not performing. Let's just talk about Caicedo for a minute. We could talk about how crap Anthony is. Add on another 200,000. Why are we not talking about that? One thing that we just don't do is we don't crap on Chelsea, but we do on Man United players. What he's 200,000 more, and he's done bugger all. So why? Just I'm not giving Anthony a break by any means, but just why are we not calling some of them out?
Well, you got
if it comes from the Angel Heart of Brighton, where they actually do make players. Though I still would take Ferguson in a shout, by the way. Oh my god. Yeah. Ferguson and Højlund. Ooh, I'd like to do that.
What was it like?
But if I take Brighton's Ferguson and Hoyland, I'd go, wow, that's a nice youthful striking there.
That would be good. That would be a decent partnership.
Banging in some goals.
They'd certainly bang some goals in. We'd hope. We'd hope they'd bang some goals in. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, at least that'd be interesting. I think we got him at the right money, maybe. But do you know what my worry is? He's another Wilfried Zaha. That's my worry. Zaha. I know you can't and you shouldn't tar him in that brush, but I just think that he is. So
yeah. I would take him. I think he's really good. I like Ulisi, but I think he could add another dimension to our attack, because when we play Anthony, I think Anthony is a little bit too small to hold up the ball. He usually get bullets by center backs, and when the opposition have big center backs, we struggle. I remember him playing against Dan Burn, for example, and he couldn't get around him. He didn't lose the ball, but he couldn't get around him. It always stopped when Anthony had the ball, and that's a little bit of his problem. He has great technique, he's good on the ball, but he don't have the physicality. And I think that would be a thing that Michael Olise would add, because he's a strong guy, and I think he could bully a couple of the right backs on the opposition teams. So I would like to try him and see him, and he fits what we like to do in Man United. The only thing I don't like is now we will see and start hearing the hype. Every time he scores a goal or get an assist, the hype will just rise, and suddenly all the Man United fan demands we buy Olise, and it comes in like the savior. But one man can't save this team, and that's one of the biggest problems. So I will keep my expectations low, but I want him at the team. That's my take on him.
No, do you know what, Jarvis? I think that's a really good way of articulating it. I think most fans would look at it, and me as well would say, yes, that's fine. But never get overhyped. I never get overhyped. I was working with Marc and Vicky, and you were in the chat, and I turned around and said, suddenly everybody wants Frankie de Jong, but nobody was talking about him 12 months earlier. Nobody, not a fan. We never had one fan in the chat saying we must go out and get Frankie de Jong. And all of a sudden, we're on Frankie de Jong. Let's get him. He's the best thing. We've got to get him. Great player, no two ways about it, but you can't put your eggs in that single basket. So, guys, we're on 59 likes. We are approaching the
I'm gonna have to get going, because I'm the worst mummy in the world. I just stood on your tail.
Oh dear.
Oh, look, and he's proper sad. Oh no, he won't look.
I'm right. He's probably hurting. We are on 59 likes. If you can flip us over to 60 likes before we go, and then Mark can definitely come back. I
think that ship sailed, Stu.
Yeah, all right. Any closing statements, anyone want to say anything before we end the show?
You want to say bye-bye, Rio?
Yeah, I just want to wish Pilestri good luck on his loan in Granada. It was officially confirmed today, and he needs playing time. I think he's a super talented kid, and I want to see him in a United jersey, get a string of games, and see what he can do. So for me, he reminds me a little bit of Messi, when he has the ball. So I would like to see him coming back and get a starting position.
It'd be a great 10 for us, Woods, Pilestri, Jarvis. It'd be a great 10 for us. I'm with you. I think his ball control, his tight feet, his stockiness, it'd be a better 10 than a winger, in my humble opinion. But then again, my team lost. Did it lose or did it win? Because I thought I would have won my team.
Oh, 71%.
No
71% hated. Oh.
Yeah, hated. You've got the worst team.
Who won
by a landslide.
Who won then?
Yeah, but as his wife on this channel, I say that things go, so you won.
Thank you. And Julio liked it as well, so there you go.
Well, that says everything you need to know.
Guys, thank you ever so much for watching. Jarvis, I will let you close the show as it's your channel.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you to Mark and the producer, Ivo Bosic, Neil Driscoll, John Kermode, Marc Briggs, Daniel Hutcherson, DJ Superfly, all the other legends, GB, George Best, Lily's, Stephanie Griffith for keeping the count of the likes. And I hope you will tune in on the next one. Tomorrow we have a game against Wolves, so we will do the at least the post-match show. I'm not sure if you're doing a pre-match show. And hopefully we will win, because every other team in the top won today. Newcastle won, Spurs won, Liverpool won, Manchester City won, Liverpool won. So it's up to us if you want to be in the game. So let's go United. And thank you everybody for coming on, and see you on the next one.
Take care.
Take care.
That's all, folks.
Thank you so much for stopping by and watching MUFC Realist TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on the socials.
Go on.